The other side, you can do it. You're more agile than I am.
No. She's really not. I better do it. Well, it's been a couple days since we did the trusses. Yesterday was clear. It was nice out. It was like 60 something. Sun was out, but it's so wet out there. We were unable to just do any more of the trusses. So today it's supposed to rain. It was supposed to rain all day, but now it's supposed to rain. Only supposed to get like a half an inch this afternoon. So try to take advantage of this because it's supposed to be windy tomorrow. So we're gonna install these hurricane ties with these nails on the trusses that we've installed so far. And then what we'll probably have to do is just get the lift back out here. Hopefully next weekend. We got rain today and then it's clear for the 10-day. So hopefully things dry out a little bit. When they dry out, we can get the lift back out, throw up the other trusses, and then move on. But in the meantime, we're gonna keep moving along, try to do purlins, hurricane ties, blocking, all that good stuff on the trusses on the house, so it's not going to slow us up. But today, work on installing these hurricane ties. So this just goes on right here. Whoops. All right, so got the first one on. You probably did see there is a little bit of mold on these trusses from when we had them covered in the tarp, so we'll spray them before we put the sheathing on with some mold killer. We don't typically like to use bleach, but we might use some bleach water. That'll kill all the mold, and it's just I think a lot of it's mildew. It's not really like black mold or anything. It's just from sitting under the tarps, and the big blue tarp we had on these wasn't really breathable, so it sunk down in the middle, and then it wasn't allowing any airflow in. So it's only on some of them that were on the top, very top, and then the very bottom. All the ones in the middle are pretty good. So we're gonna go along, put the rest of these on, and then if there's time, I'm gonna try to put the rest of the structural screws in the LVLs.
So that was a process, but I got them all on except for the first 5 trusses. I do have to make some adjustments to those couple, so I don't want to put the hurricane ties on yet, but the rest of them are done except for, well, I got the end wall on that side, and then the first 5 we did. The end wall on that side, as you saw in the last video, we just ran out of daylight, so it's not totally set. It's just temp set, and then it's got a strap on there, so I do have to reset that, but I'm probably going to run out of time today before the rain comes. So I want to get the structural screws in the LVLs, so I'll pull those out and start doing that. Similar process, kind of boring, so probably won't bore you too much with that, and then we'll move on from there. All right, well, on to the next step. It's been a couple days since we put on the rafter ties, or the hurricane ties. It rained for 2 days. Had some other stuff to do with the animals for a day, so finally getting back to it. Things are maybe drying out a little bit. It's still a disaster out front, but they came and picked up the lift this morning that I got buried in the front trying to turn it around. I'll put a picture up here. So their wrecker came and pulled it out, so that went back. Hopefully we get that back in the next week or so to do the rest of the trusses, but it's just way too nasty and muddy still. We can't even get out of our driveway. We have to go out into the pasture and then over here to this field that I cleared with the tractor not too long ago. That's how we have to get out right now because everything's just so wet. So but we're gonna move on and start putting up purlins because there's still work to be done. So we got our spacer that we use for the trusses. That sits in between here, in between the trusses to get our spacing. And then I made this, I cut 2 lengths. So the first one, the small one, is where the first purlin goes from the edge of the truss, and then the second one is where the second purlin goes, and then the rest of them are 2 foot on center from there. So for whatever reason the first 2 are a little bit smaller, but this block will help space it out correctly so I don't have to measure every time. So we got the first purlin here, and then these are just going to get held in with some nails. So we will measure this, and this is going to be also too incredibly difficult to film because of one, I'm only one person, and the GoPro is the only camera I can have up here. I can't have my big camera up here, so it's going to be kind of tough to film, but I'll do my best. So take this off here. So you can see it spans over from the third purlin over, and then this overhang here will be for the our soffits that we have to build afterwards. It'll go up the truss. So this is a little bit long, but probably got to move the ladder actually and start over in that bay over there, and then we'll just work our way over. So you can kind of see here the trusses are all even at 10.5 inches overhang. With our fascia board at 1.5 inches, that'll give us a 1 foot overhang, which is what we had. And then the trusses, those 3 trusses are where the front porch is. So I'm gonna move the ladder and reset here, and then we'll get started. All right, so we got the first one. I'm just gonna take my block here, and I fastened, like I said, I fastened 2. So this is the small one for the first purlin, the bigger one for the second purlin. So that's just gonna sit right there. Put one nail. All right, so that's the first two. I'll have to look at the plans, but then I think it's 16 footers from there. So I'll have to pull some from down there and then we'll work our way up. And then once I get a few of these, I can walk on these. So I won't have to do it off a ladder. It'll actually get easier. If you're scared of heights, not so much, but if you're not scared of heights, it should get easier. Yeah, you can get a couple if you want. Okay, this is incredibly difficult to film, but about halfway across and halfway up, so a quarter of the way on the front side. We should be able to finish this way. I don't know if we'll be able to finish going up, but so far so good. And then these temporary braces that we added all the way across are, they're not in the way. We could probably still use them as our braces, but where they lay, the next one goes right above it. So I'm just gonna add another one, and this side and that side will have extra support, and yeah, we'll just leave it. So we'll keep working on. It's just 16 footers all the way through. So it's nice. And then just the first bay, or the first couple trusses, it goes 10 foot, 18 foot, 10 foot, 18 foot, 10 foot, 18 foot, all the way up. So and then it's 16s the rest of the way. So it's pretty easy to figure out, but we'll keep working along, seeing how much we can get done.
Yep. Yep.
Well, surprise, surprise, we got more rain last night. Just what we needed. It looks like maybe now is getting the clear, but out here this morning doing the chores, and then we'll get started. It's supposed to be cloudy and chilly today, but looks like maybe by the end of the week we'll have some nice weather. So hopefully things dry out at some point this year.
All right, so we got the first half of the first half. So we got a quarter of the purlins done. We basically did the first 7. So we don't have that. I think there's only maybe 4 more to the ridge. So we're working on those now. Our temporary bracing is kind of right where, almost right where we need to brace where the next purlin goes. So what we did is we measured from the bottom of the truss up, and I think you can see this here, this string line we put on. So that's the same all the way across, the same measurement. So we're basically, this is where it's supposed to go, but I don't know how well that picks up, but you can see that it hits way down there. So we just snapped this string line we just popped the string line up. So we'll skip a little bit, and then it's extra brace anyway, so it'll be fine. But we'll run our next course along this string line, and then we'll restart again. At the furthest point, it's 5.5 inches away from where it's supposed to be. The next Purlin. So we stopped 2 feet shy of the ridge anyway per the plan. So we'll just go 5.5 inches closer. It's not going to be a big deal. But we'll get the next one up, and then our trusses do from this brace to the ridge. They kind of come this way a little bit, so we got to put our spacer in and get the trusses to go back that way. It's just they're so long and it's hard to get them spaced out. So we got an 18-footer we got to bring up here, and then we'll work our way down. Not right now. Let me get this up here first.
Got it? Riley Bear! Why are you laughing? What's so funny?
We got the supervisor down there. She's yelling at us to move faster. Okay, got a 10-footer here and an 18-footer here where my elbow is. That's the next 2 courses. And I might try to go on another 18 and a 10. And we're in 18, 10, and 18. So I think I said that earlier. We got 5 more to do. And yeah. Pop my head up here above this board, but okay, so we're working these 3. The wind's picking up a little bit, not sure how much we're gonna do, but we're gonna work this row here, and then the one up there that's gonna be hard to see right now. We're gonna work them all the way down, and that's gonna leave us with 2 rows up, which we got the first board started. Now we have to do the last one. So hopefully we can get all the way across today, and then we'll have to pick it back up again tomorrow. This is just a slow process. We tried, you saw earlier, I tried crawling up the boards. I'm just not sure if that's faster than the ladder. I feel like it's a little bit slower. So we'll set this up on time lapse again, and then we'll bust down all the way to the end, and then we'll see how much time we have. I'm like Wilson from Home Improvement. You can only see my eyes. All right, well, we're gonna call it for the day. We got, I don't know, 2/3 of the way across, maybe a little bit more. So not as far as we wanted, but it'll work. We got chores to do with the animals. It's getting windy out here. It's getting cold out here.
Someone's getting cranky.
Someone's getting cranky. She did not take a long nap this afternoon. She got about 10 minutes. So yeah, I think we'll pick back up in the morning. Like I said, we just got let's see, we have 2 boards there, 1, 2, so 4 boards on the 3 rows that we're going across here, and then we just have 2 more runs all the way across, straight across. So should go fairly quick, a couple hours in the morning we'll get it done, and then we'll have to go to the backside. So we will pick this up in the morning. All right, back out here this morning. Sun's out, beautiful morning. It's supposed to be mid-50s today, I think. So hopefully things dry out a little bit more. Just drying out a little bit each day. So we're up here working our way across still. We're gonna finish these purlins on this side, on the front side, and then probably wait on the back side. I'm kind of sick of moving a ladder and walking up and down it. So I think next we'll go to framing in doors and windows, which have to get done. That'll take me probably a couple days to do that. And then we'll go back to doing the purlins on the other side. We still got, I don't know. Hopefully, my hope is next, what is today? Today's Thursday that I'm filming this. So my hope is that next Wednesday we can get the lift back out. Hopefully things dry out within the next week and we get the lift back out. So I have time. And then honestly, it might even be easy with the lift because we can hoist the lumber up that way too. So we're just gonna keep working on this way and finish this side of the house. And then, yeah, then we'll move on from there. There you go. Sure, lovely, love it. Oh, well, if you're gonna toss the rope now, give me the 2x6.
I thought I was gonna do that.
There's literally a board right behind you with a nail in it. Sometimes I wonder what you would do without me. You don't have this on time lapse, do you?
No.
Perfect. Because I will put all this in the video.
Third time's a charm.
You got her that time.
Yeah, but the thing is people are not going to blame you because Leah's on my front. So it's very difficult.
You cannot blame Leah for throwing it backwards. Okay, if you want to blame her for the first time being short, whatever. But you cannot blame her for throwing it backwards.
Look, it's hard.
That's what she said. Okay. right. Let's see, I can't see in the camera. I don't know, right there. There's a board in the street. So I got 5 trusses left to fasten, and then I gotta adjust that end wall truss. That's the one that we put up when it was dark out. So it's not in the right place yet. So I didn't fasten any of the I didn't fasten any of the purlins going up that yet. I got to move it out a little bit, and I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. I might use that holder that I use for the LVLs, that helper board, but we're all the way across. It's looking decent. So we had to do some the trusses towards the top are a little bit out, so it's taking a little bit longer, and it's a pain in the butt on the ladder. So I was kind of working, as you saw, working my way up, but Tina had to go in to put the baby down, and I'm not going to be up there when she's not here, just in case, but she's going to come back out, and hopefully baby sleep for an hour and a half, and we'll knock this out, and then we'll be done.
I think it looks great.
So the other side, you're going to do it.
No. You did a great job. I don't want to stop you from
But the other side, you can do it. You're more agile than I am.
No.
She's really not. I better do it. All right, I guess I had one more to do. We did this, where is it? This one here, all the way across the end. We just left the gap where the porch is. We just spanned it. We'll cut that out later. When we put the sheathing up, we'll sheath all the way up it, and then our porch metal will go up behind it. So as you can see, we're done with 1/2. So next video, I think we're gonna do windows and doors framing, because I don't really feel like climbing up to Purlins anymore. So yeah, that's where we'll leave this video. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next video.